Chilling with the iceberg. What up, though? This is the Thundercast! Woo! Captain America Civil War episode.
Yeah, man.
And we got
Funky D-Time in the place to be.
The Wizard.
Neo Huxtable.
Driven Hayes.
And you already know what time it is. We talking about the Civil War. We're gonna talk about this movie. We gave our little pre-analysis.
Pre-analysis, if you will.
Pre-analysis of the movie. Know what I mean? We're gonna touch on what we want to see in the movie, what we don't want to see in the movie, why there's a lack of heroes in the movie, and do the comics even matter anymore when it comes to these Marvel cinematics? So let's start with what we want to see. D, I guess you can go first.
All right. Well, what I want to see is somehow
that's
the X-Men getting the Avengers. Like,
That's not happening.
yeah, that's what I really want to see. Let's just be as far-fetched as possible with that one.
I mean, from the trailer, it's gonna be dope with Black Panther. It's gonna be dope with Spider-Man. It is a Captain America movie, but those are the two hypest parts I can tell. Two hypest parts that's gonna, drive it up. I want to see, I don't know, maybe they'll touch a little bit on like Wakanda or whatever, but that'd be kind of dope. I definitely want to see a lot of Black Panther. I know there's a lot of heroes, not as many as Civil War heroes, but a lot of heroes. So, it's a big deal. It's breaking a lot of ground. So definitely hype for Black Panther. Black Panther, straight up.
Yeah, I already kind of said the X-Men. No, that's me bullshitting. I would like to actually see. Let's see. I just want to see the actual end, like the actual end of the Civil War, just to see how they're gonna play or involve it with the rest of the Marvel Universe. Because I think it's about that time they do that. I mean, this is technically Avengers 2.5.
Yeah.
Really think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was fine. It was lackluster, but it was fine.
But this is like a Captain A movie with everyone in it, so it's like
To
automatically
be
better.
fair, we always complain, at least a lot of people complain about these solo movies for the heroes. Where's the other heroes at? You got Iron Man with a president being captured.
Yeah, what?
Where's Shield? Where's the other Avengers?
Well, Shield got a TV show.
Yeah.
So,
But that was
That's a whole nother.
that was that thing. So
besides Iron Man 3 sucking ass.
No, that's the worst thing ever.
Oh God.
Don't bring that. Well, yeah, actually, yeah.
But yeah, that's another topic.
That's another thing with S.H.I.E.L.D. too. They're slipping because it's like they just make a whole bunch of random, irrelevant stuff. I'm like, S.H.I.E.L.D. is dope. It's supposed to be the espionage, it's supposed to be the spies with
Lately,
relevant characters.
I haven't really been feeling it.
Bruh, it's not like, who are these people?
Just
That's
now, I'm
nothing.
like,
Exactly.
I like the build up to this part.
Yeah,
But now,
and then like, it's supposed to be Inhumans. Where's one notable Inhuman?
Quicksilver.
Why are you making things up?
Wait, he died.
Quicksilver is no affiliation. See how it's like no
I
affiliation?
suspect he's not dead.
Yeah, that might be a thing. He might, make a.
With all them holes in his chest.
We'll see.
It's kind of sketchy. We didn't see him get shot to death by
Did he die in the
by a
comic?
plane.
No. God.
He sure as hell died in that movie.
See, it would have made more sense. I feel like if Hawkeye died, because like you saw all that build up, that would have been hype.
He should have
would've
caught
been
the damn bullets or moved the bullets away or something.
And then you move on.
They brought back Hawkeye from his injury. I
They
think
did,
they're
yeah.
gonna do the same thing to Quicksilver.
He might be coming back. I
Yeah.
can see that. Plus, like, why would you write him off that quick? He's just one movie, and then you're gonna kill him off. Like
Exactly.
nobody has time in life.
Well,
That's
no
not a prediction.
No, that's
I
the
mean,
kind of
it
thing. When it comes to
Unless
solo
that was,
Go ahead.
unless that was just their way of getting Scarlet Witch's powers out.
True that,
She
true
wasn't
that.
really doing shit.
I mean, Coulson did die too, right? So
Yeah.
All right,
Which one?
Coulson died.
Agent Coulson.
Yeah,
he got
so-
stabbed in the chest.
Yeah, he's done.
First movie.
He's done.
Oh,
Yeah, and these guys on show. So, it's not so
Yeah,
bad.
turns.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not so bad. I mean, there was clearly shots fired at Fox with the whole, Quicksilver. Oh, they kind of did Quicksilver better. Not even gonna lie. Not even close.
You gotta understand. It's like,
I
it was-
don't get the one in X-Men.
The thing about these stories is that, like, the one thing about the Avengers, which kind of failed up until this point, is that it didn't give you any sense of danger for a lot of the characters. You know that they were more or less going to survive. So, of course, they brought those two on to kill off one just to say, oh, there is a little bit of danger left in these movies. Which, that part is stupid, because now you want to talk about the Scarlet Witch part with Vision, with the whole No More Mutants, but if there's no X-Men, what's the point?
Exactly.
We'll touch on that later.
But yeah, so trying to roll it up.
What else? What do you
This Civil War is addressing a big concern. We're at least seeing more heroes in a non-Avengers tie-in movie.
That is what we do want, yeah.
That's what we wanted, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely cool. I think another thing, I guess I want to see is maybe a little more development for some odd characters, like because we had random Hawkeye, we had random Scarlet Witch, and Hulk doing some whatever the hell.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, bro.
What about going into Falcon?
Word. We know next to
Captain
nothing
Falcon.
about Falcon.
Yeah,
Woo-
Captain
woo-
Falcon.
Yeah. That's
I
the
mean,
thing,
they
that's-
showed him in Ant-Man a little bit, but you
Yeah,
know,
he was getting known at Ant-Man.
Yeah.
That's hot, yeah, because he's the captain currently, so you know.
so that's I do want to see them focus a
More
little on
development.
him and that, especially during the Civil War and the aftermath of Civil
Oh
War.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Falcon is due for some shine in this upcoming Civil War joint.
Well,
Yeah.
Spidey. Hey, Spidey's kind of hype.
Spidey's
Yo,
in
I
there.
want to see Spider-Man versus Ant-Man.
Ah!
Two bugs.
Right, bug battle. Right. Nah, but they doing that's
That'd
That'd
be
be weird, right? What do you think?
Ant-Man to get eaten.
I mean, Ant-Man's supposed to be.
But Ant-Man, how the fuck
basically
is
a bullet.
Spider-Man gonna hit?
Spider-Man is-
Well, Spider-Man's shattered though.
That is
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely
Yeah,
shattered.
Spider-Man's a
Spider-Man's
problem.
Spider says
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can't
a problem.
really fuck
But
with
this is a teenage Spider-Man.
But it doesn't really
Ah.
matter. I mean, he's still smart. He's still a genius. He's like Tony Stark protege. And all
The
that.
problem with Ant-Man though is basically without his element of surprise, it doesn't really matter, and he has that spider sense.
Yeah,
He needs to upgrade that
Yeah.
suit,
he
man.
does.
That shit's still made out of linen and shit.
But Spider-Man, that's a step in the right direction.
We're actually gonna get into that. They do kind of do something like that at
Yeah.
some point. We'll get into that.
All right.
But like for X-Men with the Spider-Man thing is a good thing because they're just blending the studios. Sure, whatever. Keep the rights, but just blend it in the movies. Now basically him being in Civil War, I'm more inclined to watch the Sony Spider-Man movie.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So like with the X-Men, just have Avengers versus X-Men. You can keep the rights, whatever. Just put them together. They're clearly at odds. Call it a day.
I was gonna bring that up actually because I'm glad to see cooperation between the studios.
That's
'Cause
it.
if people are gonna give up the rights, you might as well at least let some crossplay happen.
At least.
But I think we hit enough on what we want to see. So let's get into what we don't want to see. Hayes, what don't you want to see in the Civil War?
I don't want to see any more of the Hulk and well, the Hulk's not in it.
No, he's not gonna be in it.
Oh,
I've
that's
heard.
good.
Hulk and
Yeah, he
Thor.
ran away.
It's gonna be over. Right?
Yeah, I didn't want to see no more of Hulk and
Yeah. Oh
Black
God,
Widow,
that
right?
love story, bruh.
Oh shit! You
I
know
don't
what I'm saying?
You
understand.
saw that one gif on the internet though?
What's that?
I ain't putting this shit up. That should get us banned on YouTube.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, that whole fake faux love story and she can control the Hulk's anger now. I don't know
That
what
was
that was.
Yeah, it doesn't. That really threw me for a
Black
loop.
Widow
I'm
getting
like,
captured by Ultron. I'm like, why is Ultron capturing people? I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Well, look, there's always gonna be a certain degree of Hollywood bullshit that we have to put up with,
Yeah, the Hollywood
but
nerds.
at least Marvel keeps that to a minimum, you know.
But that was too much.
That
It
was-
could have been like Black Widow, Captain A, which they touched
I know.
on in their own movie
It was
too.
bad. It was bad.
Yeah, because Avengers 1, she wasn't the damsel. And then Avengers
me.
2, she became the damsel in distress.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't
agree.
get that.
I agree. But
Well, they kind of had
but,
to though.
But
No, go ahead.
it's like they're trying to appeal to like everybody and shit. So like we wouldn't like that as comic heads, but like a regular ass fucking consumer would eat that
But
shit
Avengers
up.
1, they
Like,
didn't
oh,
have
that's-
to do that.
Well,
so
actually,
sweet.
yeah. But here's the thing about
Oh.
too though. Technically, the whole time they were shooting, she was actually pregnant. They had to do a lot of scenes with stunt doubles and stuff like that. And they kept some scenes where she could hide the pooch. So technically, she couldn't be in as many crazy action scenes as previous. They wanted to keep her in the movie, but they had to work around that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But nah, what else do I not want to see in the
Yeah.
movie? All right. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen that image. You know, that image, quotations or whatever.
That image.
All right. If y'all know what I'm talking about, we're talking about this image that you have 5 people on one side, like 5 people on another, in the middle of a giant airport,
I'm not familiar with this so far.
running into each other. You know what that whole the actual Civil War, quote unquote?
Yeah.
Oh,
And that little bullshit 5v5 that this whole movie is about.
Yeah, this is like a MOBA in live action form instead of an actual war.
Hey, yo, show them the pic, D. Show them the pic.
Yeah.
But hey,
oh, that's
it just seems, it
Yeah.
seems so, They hyping it up to be a Civil
Lackluster.
War. If we actually see the actual Civil War, that's another thing we have to get into. But
That's true. Like
The
in the
actual
comics,
Civil
was
War?
like way more heroes
oh my
involved.
goodness,
Way
it
That's
was,
true.
all-
Complete
it was
mess.
everybody.
I can see why you complain about that because it's not really a war.
Not even
Yeah, it's like a
just
game
like
fight.
Yeah.
That couple kids from school. Yes,
Right,
yes,
right,
yes.
snap
Yeah.
fingers,
Well,
right.
it's a war within the Avengers, It's like
Yeah.
the war within.
I guess that's
they're the
where
top
it
of
sort
America,
of
so,
makes
You
sense.
even
That's
say
like
it's a war. Thor's
within
not in.
America,
Fucking
nigga.
Hulk is not
Yeah,
in.
it's less of a
war,
threat.
This is a bunch of random.
Yes,
It's literally
yes,
a good
but
It's
game.
like, it's like they
Team Cap.
conveniently made Hulk go away to
Team
set up the
Iron
Civil
Man.
War.
That fight looks mad one-sided too,
It's-
They fight.
bruh. It does look. I mean, come on. You got Iron Man and Vision on one
They
side.
fucking war.
Yeah,
Like that's the end of that
Comic,
whole
it was
squad.
war.
Like,
Yeah, involved was
Unity!
war. Like the whole country was at war.
You know what I don't want to see? Because in the comics they have Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Mhm.
That whole relationship shit.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to see that?
Because that's gonna prolong the whole movie. Again.
That's that first gift I was talking about. Look it up. Yeah, I'm not telling y'all how to look it up. Yeah, yeah. That look like. That was the gift I was talking about.
But yeah,
I want to see that original video.
I don't know. Somewhat. I mean,
That shit is crazy.
from what they're trying to do, it seems like they're just trying to tie up loose ends or whatever. From what I've seen, Civil War 2 is actually about to come out, and apparently what kind of launched that was Thanos causing the AOA, then James Rhodes just catching a whole AOA, then apparently Tony Stark goes nuts, and then from there. So maybe they're blending a little bit of that and the old Civil War and just straight up making a new story or whatever. But we'll see how that goes.
I mean, they've always done that essentially, tie into what it is popular now in a sense, and then put that into their own story. Because to be honest, it's like, what I'm trying to get here. Actually, no. I kind of missed the point.
They let popular consensus dictate what they try to put into the movie.
I think that's what I was trying to say there.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to appeal to the larger demographic of the typical consumer in the U.S. So you have to allow that bullshit in the movie. Yeah. But this is why we have comics.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, it's true.
Go to the comics for a pure good story. They're there. It's a great art medium. The movie's gonna have some bullshit in there. Accept it. Enjoy the cinematic experience.
Definitely. I mean, even if you look at that versus system game, if anyone plays versus, y'all need to.
Versus.
You need to play it now. Here's one thing though. When they did release the sets, they released it according to what movies and what things were popular at the time. If you look at the main characters, Deadpool's and X-Men, some reason just for them to get them out there, versus the Avengers, versus whatever.
Iron Man, Guardians, taking the hype.
And once you talk about Civil War and you had other Avengers movie come out, then they threw in Winter Soldier, Luke Cage with Jessica Jones came out,
Makes
Daredevil, Strange coming out with a movie. So everyone, to be honest, is that whole series of Marvel in general now is starting to pay more attention to whatever contestants they have.
Yeah.
So you have your comic fans, your hardcores, then you go into your casual fans, then you got the people who are kind of in the boat, and that's where the versus thing came in. Again, if y'all ever played it, play it.
Yeah, versus system is hot.
Versus System, the card game that is based on Marvel Comics right now.
Yeah.
Exclusively Marvel, but they're going to get some licensing
They're going
stuff,
into
right?
Alien Predator. It's going to be hot.
Alien Predator is getting involved.
I heard
Hopefully
Doctor Who.
DC.
It's going to be dope, yeah.
Yeah. So if you hear that,
Basically,
Upper
if you
Deck
played
sponsor
Magic,
us.
you played your Yu-Gi-Mons and Yu-Gi-Ohs, it's pretty hot.
Yu-Gi-Mons.
You
All right,
keep mine.
that's enough of
Saying
this.
that shit to
Wait.
get you jumped.
This
This to get you jumped in high school.
this is not a sponsored podcast,
Yeah,
by
it's
the
like a
way.
sponsor, bro. Yeah.
But you could sponsor us though. We ain't hating on that.
We will take your money. Like.
Paychecks for the win.
Damn, cuz.
Cut
all
them
right.
checks, know what I mean?
But yeah.
All right.
Well,
No,
also,
seriously,
I guess, yeah, it's hot. But yeah, I mean, what else don't we want to see? I mean, well, it depends where they're gonna go because they telling a lot of stories. They're introducing Black Panther.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with Scarlet Witch and Vision, and then clearly what's gonna happen with Tony Stark and Iron Man.
That's what I
How's
care
that gonna
about.
play out?
I want
Yeah.
to see Tony and Steve going
Tony
down.
and Steve, what's going down?
I want to see somebody die.
Somebody might.
Yes,
somebody gotta-
please.
I want to see Cap die.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't want to see, but yeah, it would
I
make sense. That's what
kind
happens.
of do.
happened.
There's a lot of mantles who could take it up. You got
And Falcon.
Winter Soldier.
Oh, bruh. We pretty much hit on what we want to see and what we don't want to see.
What's next?
I don't want to see them cop the fuck out and kill somebody that doesn't deserve to be killed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like they did with Quicksilver.
That was crap.
Yeah.
I like Quicksilver. I was
Cop
waiting
out.
for him to do something. Quicksilver, bro, that's a whole nother man.
It should have
What
been
did he do that whole movie?
No, that's
Are you
Star-Lord.
serious?
It should have been Nick Fury.
He ran through one guy and then
Yeah, so we touched on it a little bit, but why is there a lack of heroes in this movie? Like, it's 10 heads.
Y'all saw Deadpool, right?
Like,
They ain't had enough money. If you saw
money?
Deadpool, yeah, they ain't have enough money to
it's the
put on
setup.
there.
It's the way they built it up, because what they really could have done, they could have introduced small, minor characters and put them in.
Exactly.
Okay, say like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's plenty of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who are notable in the comics who they bring in. Where's Doc Samson? Where is freaking, other guys? Like, bro.
Other guy
That's the
number
thing.
2. Well, this
Other
shield
guy
guy
number
right
2.
here.
Because
guy in the suit
We know-
number 5.
But still, what's the name? Chick who sniped Cap in the comic, whatever.
Yeah, who was that? That was Carol Danvers.
I guess.
No, that wasn't Carol Danvers.
But they can still introduce people. At least
Yeah.
drop names.
Crossbones.
Show her,
Yeah,
Well, Crossbones is in
Yeah,
it, but
Marvel
yeah.
has a litany of characters that
He's in
they
there?
can pull from.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a
Crossbones.
I don't
Crossbones.
understand
Okay.
why it's 10 heads.
Like, they keep making up characters. I'm like, use your source materials. You don't have to make
Wait,
somebody
who they
up.
make up?
In the Shield show.
Oh, the Shield.
Bro.
Gotcha.
All the time.
I
I'm like, who are any of these people?
I
I don't
watched
care.
it.
What's his name died? Whatever.
How many seasons?
It's like 3 right now, but
3 seasons?
I'm trying to watch it. I want to see my Inhumans. Where are the Inhumans?
Don't they have a show for Indians?
How far are you,
Nah.
D?
Apparently, I'm current.
You current on Shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers.
where it is now, I don't love it.
It's pretty
I
bad.
don't
I fell off, but
Honest reviews.
but it had a good thing going though.
It was working. Season 2 was kind of hot.
Yeah.
But now, like, people coming back from the dead. I'm like, bro, new
Yeah.
villain. I'm like, all right. Here's a pitch. Main whatever guy, just have him Maximus the Mad. All right, he can cause all kind of trouble. He's related to the Inhuman royal family. He stirs stuff up. That's all he does. His power is to plant a seed. It's basically long-term mind control. Why wouldn't that be a good idea?
Indoctrination.
So it's like Kilgrave or Purple Man, Jessica Jones, but long term.
Long term.
Wait.
It's Maxception, if you will. He puts an idea in your head and it just manifests and becomes an AOA. Instead of directly mind control, it's
Wait, Mac Hammond. Wait.
Maximus the Mad.
Oh, Max is the Mad. Gotcha. I like Matt
Both
Hammond. I'm like, oh, okay, that douchebag. Gotcha. Yeah, they need to put him in.
And he's got like super intelligence. It's just an AOA.
Hey, so why like who else? What you got? In terms of why you think there's so few villains in there?
Or anybody. What's with the villains, bro?
Oh, not villains, but like people in general, just characters.
They,
I mean,
man,
I think they doing all right for what they what they can do for now.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Because Marvel's trying to do it that each one is having their own story. You see how quick DC introduced their characters.
right.
In a
See,
fucking
it can't be
email.
sloppy.
Yeah.
And look.
Yeah.
Everybody,
They
everybody.
had too many heroes.
So all the characters that they've gotten us used to, right? Like everybody who's been developed is relevant. There's some that are left out, right? Like who's not in it? Like Thor's not in it, right?
Thor and Hulk.
Yeah, Thor.
Okay,
and
but
Hulk.
that's written into the story, right? Like there's a reason why they're not
That's
there.
fine. Where's the second Thor Hulk movie?
But look, we're going to get our fill of characters in Infinity War. That's going to have a lot of characters.
Fine.
Exactly.
All right.
Every fucking
Everybody's
But
coming
now,
together.
it's a civil war.
Nigga.
Civil War
That's
was
gonna
like
be
All the
War.
characters are developed already. Who?
The War. Can you imagine?
I mean, I
And we're
understand.
getting Panthro in there.
But this
Black
is what
Panthro. What more do you
I'm
want?
hyped for that. That's all. I
This is
told
what
you that.
this is what I'm saying though. We wasted when it's not a waste.
Nah,
but
man,
we
it's a
spent
build-up.
all this time developing these 6 or 7 heroes, so they don't need development time. Bring in people who we don't know about yet that are going to be integral to the
I
story.
mean, it's all
later.
tied up.
Panther.
It's tied up in licensing.
Do
Black
some
Panther.
world building, and they're not
Yeah,
doing it.
Panther, Crossbones, Falcon. Yeah, because they're gonna touch a lot, like you said, on him.
I assume they should. I think they
Yeah.
really should.
They
Honestly.
should keep showing him and thing.
They kind of have to.
But yeah, he's gonna turn into. He might turn into Cap. He might die. Cap might die this this movie in the movie, and then
I mean, if you got Crossbones in
He's
him,
dying, man. He's dying.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got.
He was so corny though.
It would make sense. Yeah, I mean,
Captain America.
that's who he is, though.
He's dying.
Yeah.
That would
I mean, you got Crossbones in there.
Yeah,
So you got everything is set
High
up
five for
so
the
that shit
black
happen.
people.
Hey. So
Captain
Captain Falcon, that's what we're
America.
hoping for.
Right.
Or what's his name? Bucky, because he was like the next Cap for like a minute.
He was the one after that. Then it was him, and
was
then
Cap
Punisher.
Punisher
And
is
then-
yeah,
Cap
Punisher
Punisher was
for a
Cap for a
while.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. His cover was blown in like a minute. Once he shot that first gun, it was like that was a
Not
wrap.
first. Bucky was first, yeah.
Yeah, Bucky was first, and then a few other.
But like I
people.
said, the licensing, there's no X-Men, there's no Fantastic Four. They can't even
That's
use
fine.
Submariner for
Right.
some reason. Like, you
Which means there's no point touching on the Scarlet Witch Vision thing.
That, yeah.
Without X-Men.
and that really messes up the war, because that messes up the Illuminati as well. Because while the war was happening, you had Doctor Strange, Professor X, all these AOAs going on, all these situations set up. Scroll Wars, direct result right after the Civil War. So
Look,
it's
man,
going to be like
it's
it's
too much. It's too much. They can't get all of it.
It's gonna be.
Just
It's gonna be
read the
crazy.
comic.
It's a.
Yeah, just
I can
that was
understand.
It's there.
it. We already know.
I can understand
Of
that
course.
argument because there is a lot of lore, but at the same time, since they're cutting and pasting, since they're working around the whole contract thing, at least like work with what you have. All right, you can't do the Scroll War, but
We got Spider-Man.
yeah, that's one guy.
We got two guys.
That's a big deal.
But he's
Actually,
like
we got
the
three
missing
guys.
piece. He's like that. That's the
He really is. That's what kind of.
I mean,
He's
don't
almost-
get me
no,
Based
wrong.
off No. I'm talking like his
He
argument
opens
of
up a lot of
licensing.
things.
I'm talking about what he's saying about licensing. Spider-Man is like the answer to that shit. It's like they got a Spider-Man.
That's pretty high.
That's like
Then it opens a door and it helps develop some
Okay,
stories.
And this is one thing that I believe should happen, just like somebody mentioned to me. I'm not sure if the person's name want to be said, but they hope Fantastic Four fails so we can get the license back.
Yeah, I said
yeah. D-Tom said that.
Yeah,
He
I
hopes
did.
Fantastic Four
I hope-
fails. And honestly, I did too.
I agree.
I just
Careful
hope
on-
Fantastic Four does about as well as Sin City 2 and 302. That's all I would.
That's
hope.
where
I mean,
Marvel
that's
did
clearly what it did, but you know that was my hope back then.
That way to get the Fantastic
rights
Four
back.
license, but that ended up happening with Spider-Man.
But yeah, exactly. So
That second Spider-Man was, let's be honest, a fucking tragedy.
that's bruh.
So right
I didn't
there,
see it.
It wasn't that. I mean, they had
You
to
like
go and
it?
Stacy
I mean, it
get
had
killed.
its
That-
moments.
That
it had,
had
like,
its
it had
moments.
like 2-3
It
moments.
had bad moments, but it had.
It had a lot of bad moments. It had a series of bad moments.
Yeah.
I thought it was more hype than it was because I saw it with y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was it.
when you look at
I
it,
guess in retrospect, yeah.
I mean, that was pissed me off. The first one was amazing.
it was perfect.
It was awesome, but then they just complete.
quite dark.
Yeah.
It was.
It was crazy. And then this one, I don't know what happened. This one became the other Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 4.
Let's add 15 people at the last minute and call it a
That's
day.
about-
Get the hell out of my face with that. But nah, honestly,
yeah.
the lack of characters. Though, honestly, I think they need foot soldiers. Get the regular Shield dude from one side, from Iron Man side.
Yeah.
At the very least, and get whatever freedom fighters. That way, if they want to pad out the roster on some Dynasty Warriors shit, we have like only a couple of good fighters, and then you have foot soldiers versus
True,
whatever.
true.
At least the Iron Man side makes sense because he at some point ran Shield, so it makes sense to him have those resources.
That'd be dope to have that like woven in.
Exactly. So I mean,
Had some shield
Oh,
deflectors.
also Tony has his new armor.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that's like built into his skin.
the extremist
Oh
army.
yeah. It's kind of hot.
That's
I mean,
what
he
I'm
didn't
saying.
have an Iron Man 3, but
Yeah.
He what?
He didn't have an Iron Man 3.
or any armor for that kid. But that's side front.
Iron Man 3 could probably be another podcast, to be real.
Well, I'm
with you.
not talking about it past this podcast. I don't care.
Really?
I want that. I want it to disappear.
All right, let's go in.
Oh man.
Let's do it.
All right, so you
Well,
start.
another thing, another reason I think there's not so many heroes is because movies like that, who don't introduce people that make any difference. They introduced War Machine at the end of Iron Man 1, technically.
Yeah,
they
they did.
brought him back as a new guy who,
Yeah.
that was it. That's the only other person that was useful outside the Iron Man series. And then the third one, no one.
Where's the Mandarin, bruh?
Where is Mandarin?
He was in
Explain that.
That's not Mandarin. I don't care what he said his
sucks.
name was in that movie. He is not
That
Mandarin.
was not the
All right,
Mandarin.
yeah, that's another podcast in of itself.
I'm not-
That's Marvel fucking up. So,
All right, fine. We'll save it for a Marvel fucking up podcast.
All right.
yeah, that'd be like 4 hours long.
Fine.
But they are doing some things right.
They are doing things right.
Now, by this also, the whole having the few characters in there, it's actually okay for that in some cases by introducing some heads as opposed to a million. Because we've seen in movies where they have a cluster of fucking people, even if they're completely like minimal. Like remember X-Men 3, for instance.
Yeah, what the hell?
They did have a lot of sub characters, a lot of just sub ass mutants that no one cared about. It did pad up scenes. That's all it did. It didn't add anything in terms of character development or nothing. In fact, the people that they had, they were trying to build up like 8-9 people in the same last movie. When the first two movies built up
Wolverine.
Well, of course Wolverine.
Oh,
but it built up him, Xavier.
Rogue, yeah.
Yeah, it built up Rogue as well. It built up a smaller number of people. They still had their main crew, but that's who they built up, and that was fine because you were allowed to, follow them. So I guess in this case, it's slightly safe that they bring in fewer characters.
Yeah.
So that we don't have another issue like that.
Playing it safe.
I guess that's probably why another reason why they have a few.
I guess.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart as Xavier's boss.
It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
Bro, that was like the most perfect cast. Like
the Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Yeah, that works. Hugh Jackman's
Yeah,
Wolverine, bro.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
They're the same person.
So,
Hugh Jackman's a little tall, but yeah, it's fine. Other than that, it's perfect. Yeah.
That is the same person.
yeah. Well, technically speaking, the people he's standing next to was like fucking shadow catting him, and they're not tall either. So of course he's taller than.
Hugh Jackman's yeah.
Doesn't he train with
Wolverine's
The
like
Rock?
stumpy as hell.
Doesn't Hugh Jackman train with The Rock?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's just his height then. But aside from that,
Yeah.
like,
It's Wolverine's like.
it's pretty much it. Better than Lex Luthor, anyway. So
I don't understand. All right, maybe that's another podcast.
that's another cast.
What's up with the Riddler Lex Luthor? I don't understand. Why was your
alternate universe and Alexander Luthor?
Whimsical.
He
What's
had
up
that
with
Riddler persona.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I was watching. Okay, all right,
Oh, so y'all finally saw it.
Nah, I saw a commercial. But
That's the thing. Oh, we gotta have y'all gotta see it so we can talk
up?
about it.
It's not happening right now.
What's up?
Next time.
I can't believe this is a nightmare.
What?
He hasn't seen this movie yet.
What?
I really need.
What movie?
Y'all told me first of all to wait for
Batman.
VHS, so I don't want to hear any of that.
Superman.
Oh yeah, fuck that movie.
I mean, I wrote it off as ass. I didn't need to see anything past the Wonder Woman reveal. I was done after that. And then it got worse.
We're getting off track. All right.
We are getting off track. That'll be another podcast. We'll deal with that later.
All right, I'm not trying to be cynical, but it's because of Batman vs Superman that I'm pretty excited about Civil War because I know it's not going to be that bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There are
Interesting
Good
way to put it.
segue. Good segue.
Yeah.
So like, I've been hyped for this movie all year. I can't even wait because it's gonna open all
I've
kinds
been
of
hyped
doors.
for the movie before the movie came.
You brought the Captain A movies aside from that middle part in one were the kind of the best. standalone.
Yeah.
Captain America 2 was dope.
I like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, aside from that one dumbass middle scene that lasted for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, with the dancing girl.
If you buy your bonds for your best man, whatever. That shit. Get rid of that, and it would have been a really, really good movie.
Because like that was a good villain. Red Skull was a good villain. Like yo, all right, are we talking about the villains and the lack thereof?
Yo, who they need to introduce? If they gotta
Yeah,
introduce
see,
people?
that's a problem. The
Bruh,
villains
that's
should
a
be very
huge
involved.
Let's get into that. Let's get into that.
All right.
Why is there a lack of villains?
I don't know why. Why are you asking why? First
Why?
of all,
No. First of all, I want to know why the fuck they abuse Loki.
because he's cool.
Loki is cool,
popular.
but seriously,
He's got
bro,
creamy eyes.
like,
All
got a British accent. You know why.
So you got Thor 1 as the main villain.
Yeah.
Then you got Avengers
Thor
1
1
as the main villain.
Same
Yeah.
villain.
You got Thor 2 as a sub-character.
Sub-villain.
So and then you got Avengers 2 as a... What the fuck was he in Avengers? He was in
It
it.
wasn't. No, it was Ultron. It was
He's
all
doing
Ultron.
his
All
trickster
Ultron.
shit.
You're
What do you mean
right.
Ultron
You're
wrong,
right.
bro?
He
I
did.
thought Ultron was attacking the internet. I don't know what happened. That was a great idea. I'm like, yo, this is a problem. Can't nobody get no money. Nothing's gonna get done. Then he started
Ultron-
kidnapping people and making billion clones. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
I don't like
he
where
was
this
a
is
robot,
going.
man.
And it is just a billion freaking expendable
Yo,
robots.
You know about
It's-
henchman theory?
Isn't Loki played by the same actor from that dude in Big Bang Theory?
No, it's a different dude.
No, it's not him.
Not
I
the
think
Big
it
Bang
is.
Theory.
It's the same dude.
Different.
Which dude? The main dude. It's a different actor. Right?
I hate that show, so I don't really know his name.
It's a different. Yeah,
but
I see what you're saying, but yeah, that's not. But yeah, close. No.
The like annoying guy, you know what I mean?
No, it's not him.
That's not
bro.
Sheldon.
That's Sheldon.
That's Sheldon.
That's not Sheldon.
It's not Sheldon.
You want it to be him, but that's not.
It's stunt double.
Because Loki, see, we need to fact check. But Loki is some British dude. He's sophisticated. It's alright. He's got a new show coming on.
The head armor makes his face look different, so I can see why it would confuse you, like throw you off.
Yeah. If
you look closely, you can see it's Sheldon.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
It's not Sheldon.
But Ultron. So are we getting into Ultron? Look, they had a great thing, though.
Bro, Loki's name, the actual actor is fucking. I don't even remember the guy. Tom
Riddle.
Hiddleston.
Tom Riddle.
Hiddleston.
Bruh.
Not Tom Riddle. It's
Bruh.
Hiddleston. I know it ain't Voldemort. Calm your ass.
I'm about to say, bro. That's another. I mean, we keep bringing up topics.
Yeah. And that's John Vincent. And nah, you talking about he's got big face. That's fucking John. What's his name? The fuck is his name?
Who?
Sheldon from fucking Big Bang Theory. Jim Parsons. That's who his name is.
Yeah.
And not even.
That's the same.
I just told you two different names.
That dude is mad short. I don't know what you talking about. It's two different guys.
But yeah, like the Loki abuse, like they finally got off of him with Ultron, but that wasn't a really good replacement either.
I don't know what happened.
I do like the actor that played Ultron.
It was cool.
It was cool
felt
at
like Ultron.
first. It felt like Ultron, but
you know henchman theory though. The more there are, the less useful they are.
I feel like it should have just been him, and they literally had to jump him to deal with.
I mean, you talk about Star Wars. They got Boba Fett, but they're all clones of Boba Fett, but they all the Stormtroopers suck.
Exactly.
But the one guy himself is bro. It's the more you have, the worse.
Clone theory.
The more you have,
it should be the more you know. But it should be like a duo. Duos are cool.
Duos are good. You have the main guy.
Or duos or trios like that duo from Superman, the fucking duo from Matrix, shit, the twins.
Yeah.
When you say duo from Kissing the Dragon. Kiss my.
Yo, that was a problem. You had the main dude, the spinning dude, and then the dude that just comes in.
Yeah. Just like nigga.
Duos are good.
Is it a problem when you said think duels? I think of Two-Face and Riddler from Batman.
That was entertaining.
Oh, God.
That was entertaining.
How the hell did Tommy Lee Jones out Jim Carrey?
I need to go back and watch that movie.
Yo.
Tommy Lee Jones.
I do like
Riddler was shattered, but
that's
then
what I'm saying. I do like their chemistry, but it was incorrect.
It was bad incorrect.
Mad incorrect. It's supposed to be the fact that one was mad serious and the one was going crazy.
Exactly.
It's like watching that fucking
Two-Face was all crazy. I'm like, bro, turn down.
Remember that shit?
He's worse than Jim
Carrey. Nah. Remember that shit that Regis Kathleen Lee bullshit? Kathleen Lee was boring. She got switched with Kelly. She was one. Right? Regis was serious. Then Strahan came on, and Strahan was mad serious, and she was still crazy.
Word.
2 seasons later, this guy's just as fucked up as her. That's exactly what happened with Two-Face.
Exactly.
He lost his good side. Whatever the fuck that was.
It was just all perfect.
This whole shit should have been a fucking
demon. Normal guy with a crazy demon in a purple suit.
You have a coin and just shoot that shit.
Alright, we're tangenting again. So.
I mean, it's relevant, right?
It's all good.
No, we're talking about villains in Marvel.
That's what I'm saying. No. They are introduced. Think about it. I mean, they are introducing Crossbones in this show.
Crossbones. That's
who they should introduce right now.
Taskmaster.
Woody. Nah.
Train Crossbones.
GG did. I don't have to be in the fucking black. No. Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
He's an enemy and shit. I mean, he
Taskmaster was involved in the Civil War. Yeah, everybody was.
Yeah. That's the thing, but who more so? What about Baron Zemo?
I mean, that's Hydra, yeah.
They gotta show the
Hydra
from the Marvel
they
series.
still haven't finished the Hydra thing.
I want to see Daredevil.
They kind of haven't.
Yeah.
No, they haven't.
I want to see Jay Jones in there.
Jay Jones. Especially Daredevil, because like Daredevil wears Bullseye. Like that's clear villains you can introduce. Like
Elektra. I want to see her.
I don't think they can do it though, because those stories have always been mature.
Yeah.
You know, even though the original comic explicit content is not for kids at all.
Yeah.
You buy the shit for your kid and wonder, why is there titties in my book? I'm like, bitch, did you read the cover? It says not for kids.
That's another issue. Like, everyone was so like, yeah, Deadpool's finally got an R-rated movie. Well, when Disney owns Marvel, it's kind of hard for you to get mature things out there because
But-
they want to pander to kids.
You would think so, but then you have the Netflix. Well, you're completely wrong on that one.
Yeah.
You got both
They
Netflix
definitely
series.
got it out, yeah.
They got the Deadpool.
They got
It
Deadpool
doesn't-
out
it's-
now. There's no
I mean, when it comes to the mainline movies, yeah, the side things is one thing. Maybe they're finally turning the page,
But the mainline
but for the
movies
longest,
don't-
it hasn't been that way.
Disney didn't own Marvel before the mainline movie started.
Yeah, they got it a little after.
Yeah,
I mean,
like Iron Man-
they got it
Iron Man-
around Iron Man 3. That would probably.
That's what I'm saying, but you still had Iron Man 1, Captain A 1, all that. They had their direction going even before, like, Disney acquired.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily explicit.
But I feel like it's gotten to that point because
Like, what, though? Like, what's it really... Because I've been reading the comics, and honestly, it's kind of out there. They kind of going in. I don't think Disney even cares what comes out there. As long as they own the name.
By name, yeah.
It doesn't feel like no damn Disney books, I'll tell you right now.
Especially with Secret Wars. Secret Wars, I'm like, bruh.
I read the latest Punisher. What? Nah.
all right,
It's all black.
But, yeah.
all right. So I think that's it for the villains. Let's talk about the comics. Do they even matter anymore when it comes to these movies? Like
We were talking about that.
Meaning,
a little while ago.
we touched on it.
relevancy, or do the comics not matter? Period.
Do they matter? Period, because they really can't do the storylines they want to do because of the whole rights issue. So
Exactly. Like we spoke about earlier with the Scarlet Witch Vision shit. They're not going to do that because without mutants,
Yeah.
so there's no damn purpose. If you can't have X, you can't have mutants. So that's one thing that's not going to happen. And you got a couple other things for licensing issues too. Was it after the Civil War, Doom did some crazy shit? That I don't know.
oh yeah, Doom.
It's like
He's missing some
Right. Doom had actually acquired Thor's hammer, or no, he tried to, and he failed.
yeah,
But that was like a whole subplot going on.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a whole bunch of things that you just really can't do without the comics or the comic series. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when Doom had just got back from hell, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, problem.
Which they
That's
didn't
another
pick
good
up in that
villain
other
they
movie,
can't
right?
utilize, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible, but that's why, like, you know, the I would say comics matter to a degree. You know, obviously the source material is going to be comics, but they're deviating. But it should be refreshing to see them deviate from the comics because we already have that story, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like the universe that's being created now is a different universe that's like, you know, it has things in common with the comics, but like the new shit that's being built is pretty cool too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an alternate reality Earth, basically.
Fair enough.
Because keep in mind, that Shield, that version of Nick Fury showed up in the movie first.
Yeah. Ultimate.
Then the Ultimates came out, and it was that version of Nick Fury. Now,
So
you know, so
basically
with the
they-
comic conversion,
They do.
they killed the original Nick Fury and kind of replaced him sort of with Avengers Nick Fury. So, yeah, I guess comics
But-
matter in a sense, but it's like both of them are feeding off each other.
At that point, yeah, it's like it's basically two different universes. Because the
Yeah.
comics, that's, you know, that's a good place to go when you're trying to make, like, terrible decisions with your movies. But at the same time, you have your comic heads and you have your movie heads. I feel like if they wanted to, they could tell the comic story as is, because not everybody reads the comics. So there, you know, you have it on the screen. People want to see it on the screen. They want to see what they know, what they've read. But I guess at the same time, artistically, some people want to do their own thing.
Yeah.
So
And-
that's the duality, I suppose.
Well, if you
I would prefer to tell the story because it's great. People need to know. Not everybody knows. Not everybody knows the comics, and then you have it all right there.
Yeah,
You know,
it's the
make
same
their
thing.
vision to life. It's like, you know, the medium, instead of just making a half-ass story that's okay, instead of making a great. Like, what was wrong with the Age of Ultron comic? Why couldn't they tell that story?
I think
Why
that
you
would have
gotta
took like
make
3
some-
movies.
But
Yeah.
fine. Make one
That's
big
why.
ass 3-hour
Because of
movie.
the
Let's
money.
understand though, these people have a certain contract that lives to a finite amount of years.
But story wise, why are you making Iron Man make Ultron when Hank Pym made Iron Man? What was the difference in
Yeah,
that?
that
That could
really-
have tied into
that
the movie and
really
made people want
bothered
to
me.
see it even more.
Money, because if they did that, then they would have had to do the push the Ant-Man thing further, closer, you know. So
Yeah, they would have needed at least 2 movies to pull that one off.
Not
Because it was
necessarily.
from Ant-Man to Goliath, and then it's only later that he made the Ultron thing.
But just
unless you made a 3-hour movie.
Here's my pitch. Robert Douglas or whatever, whoever the guy they wanted, Roger Douglas or whatever. Michael Douglas, yeah. Have him on the chalkboard writing down, here's Ultron, blah, 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 Tony Stark, Ben Banner, same thing. This is my idea. Okay, don't do this. Tony Stark is arrogant. I'm going to do it anyway. Bam. Still involved, still part of it, have the same movie.
Yeah, but for something who builds something that crazy, damn well they're going to have to build like a 45-minute backstory.
That was the way it would lead into the Ant-Man. You got to see how crazy smart he was in Ant-Man.
It all leads right Ant-Man out.
They want to put that version of Ant-Man in because, just like you said, it's a lot of content to cover. It's a whole lot of content. If that was the case, then
they should have started Ant-Man off as Harry Flynn.
Hank Pym, and they should have started him off earlier with the rest of the crew.
They had a little flashback. Why not have a flashback?
Hank Pym, he meant. Hank Pym.
Yeah.
They could have easily did that. They could have even inserted like a secret teaser trailer at the end of anywhere in the movie.
No, it would need
instead of just having a random whatever.
But it's just the movies. That's why they're just
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It would need 2 movies, but that's the kind of the problem too. Like the fact that it would need 2 movies to pull off that storyline essentially pulls away from the people that already exist. You need it's always to sell other shit too. You need a new line of toys, a new action set of heroes. These new Infinity bullshits or whatever the case is, you'll need a bunch of new shit to put it off. They couldn't do it with 1 movie. They really couldn't go from Ant-Man straight to Ultron. That would be a rush.
No, I'm saying Ant-Man afterwards, which already happened. It came out right after, and people were like, what the hell is Ant-Man? You could have told kind of who he is, why he matters, because he was involved with Ultron.
Because there would have been no hype. You know what I'm saying? No
been a little bit of hype. Because I actually get to see who this guy is.
No,
see what he's
you
capable
would
of.
have, like, say in the movie, he would have just popped up as Hank Pym.
Yeah.
And that's would have been it. It's no, like, commercials out saying, watch the new Ant-Man. It's merchandise.
They could have been like, hey, he was in Avengers. Come watch his
but
because they had no hype anyway.
The thing is, when they introduce, like, new people, honestly, they never do nearly as much with them as they really could first jump. Remember, Loki was kind of even though he was the main villain in Thor, he still felt kind of minor, like he had no chance in hell. It's only until Avengers that he was a fucking monster.
Yeah.
They've been talking about or dealing with the Thanos thing. Remember, he showed up in a couple of other movies or whatever. He showed up at the end of Avengers 2.
Yeah.
But he first showed up in Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
They're not building. They took a while to build up big acts. Ultron was a big story that affected Marvel. Period. That affected the entirety of Marvel. Again, I don't agree. I still think he could have done. It needed at least 2.
But
if
there
they
was
introduced
no
him,
build up with Ultron. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's why they did it this way. They did it this way because these people they already exist, so they can kind of already build Ultron without delving into a backstory because they already have their backstory. That's why they did it like that. I don't agree with it. I'm with you on that one.
Right.
But I can see why they did it.
But
they would have had to go back from his thing, like his whole. But that would be have to deal with his alcoholism and all that shit. Honestly, they weren't doing that.
Panic attacks.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that wasn't doing that.
How you feel about the panic attacks? Tony Stark,
Okay, yeah, Marvel fuck up is another podcast.
Like, I can't breathe, and I was in space.
And Iron Man 3.
I mean, it happened in other movies, but yes.
Majority
Iron Man 3.
Bullshit. Dramatic bullshit.
It's not.
All right. We'll save that for the Marvel fuck ups podcast.
All right. Amigo?
Any final thoughts about Civil War, Driven His?
No.
Not really.
It's gonna be hot. Go watch it.
Just come back to it.
We'll come back.
Let him go. He already has some.
So, all right, final thoughts. I appreciate them bringing in Spider-Man. Maybe it would have been too much, but I feel like they should have brought in Miles Morales. New Spider-Man, new movie.
They're coming out with the movie.
It's not Miles Morales.
Why not?
I don't know why not. Because
someone looks like they agree. They disagree. Someone looks like they disagree.
Give somebody an inch, they take a mile.
Huh?
Bruh, so what? I'm asking. It's my opinion. Damn right. You don't want Miles Morales, bro?
Your opinion is false.
Yeah, Miles Morales.
It's false. Is that possible?
Yes.
It's a fallacy.
I didn't know an opinion could be true or
he said your
false.
opinion's a fallacy. Oh.
Anyway, Miles Morales. Yes, I'm taking the mile, bro. Don't give me an inch. So I will take a mile. That would have been hot.
Taking the mile.
I am taking a mile.
I am taking a mile.
But yeah, nah. Whatever. I'm still hyped. Still gonna be hyped for Spider-Man. It's gonna be dope. We get to see the future. Doctor Strange is gonna be hyped too. Definitely want to see that. I feel like they could have brought him in a bit sooner, but it's all right because now it introduces magic into the universe, which is good.
Sorcerer Supreme.
That's good. That'll tie into like the Netflix movies as well because street level Marvel, Daredevil and all that. They deal with stuff, sorcerers and whatnot.
Real stuff.
It's gonna be
Spiritual carnage.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes. Somebody's gonna die. Hopefully, Captain America would make the logical choice. So we'll see how that goes.
That goes back to the previous thing where I think, without my final thoughts on that, yeah, I do wish they would follow the comic just a little more slightly. Granted, in the last Spider-Man 3, they did that to an extent. They copped out slightly, but they still ended it the way kind of sort of ended. When Stacey did.
Yeah, it was messed up.
Spoilers? Nah, it's like 2 years.
Bruh, it's thriller. Yeah.
You mean Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Whatever. You know the one I'm talking about. The bad one. Or the other bad one.
The second bad one.
But
the most recent.
Yeah, so in
the
this
most recent
case,
bad.
But to be honest, it makes the most sense because they have been boosting up minor characters and trying to bring them a little bit higher and things like that. They might, let's say, if Hawkeye actually becomes a Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I guess.
That'd be kind of cool.
I don't agree with that Hawkeye, but it's whatever.
Yeah, that Hawkeye's a little weird, but then you have...
Hawkeye's a lot cooler than they give him the credit, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, so you had Falcon in a couple, a couple random movies, Captain A's and Avengers. He's been minor so far. They're not going to give him a Falcon movie.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it would be time to step up. I agree.
It would be because it's the whole everyone's we said a couple times we hope Captain 8 dies and we're not trying to be haters on some shit. But you gotta understand though, this is when going back to the comic thing, following the source material. Mm-hmm. He did die at some point.
He got shot. He's fine.
True.
It was actually he called a double tap, which is I'm surprised he came back. Which is I always think is some bullshit. Yeah. He called a snipe and then he got double tapped by a person that was nearby. Mm-hmm. All right.
Gotta make sure, but yeah, and then he came back and now he's not whatever. He's still
exactly. Now the reason why I say that because I'm not even gonna talk about that movie, but there are certain things that happen within these movies that kind of shock us or that kind of make us feel more with these characters. And again, I keep talking about the mortality of any of these people. You kill off someone like Captain A, right? That makes you immediately feel completely at unease with any character left.
Yeah.
So that lets you get way more attached with every other character. At the same time, letting other people get the mantle, such as Bucky or Falcon, depending on who they decide to use.
What's up? Well said.
Mm-hmm. You got anything, Neil?
Well, see, the things I enjoyed back when Civil War was only a comic in high school. Some things I'm not gonna get in the movie, so I had to come to terms with that. Like the last battle was just 50 niggas.
Exactly.
Like,
It's an AOA.
It's crazy.
Mad people crossing over, switching sides mid fight.
Yeah. So like it's gonna be like 10 niggas. So.
It's like 5 on 5.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a basketball game.
5 on 5. So
Freaking MOBA.
Yeah, I said
Hearthstone, bro.
Hearthstone.
there's that, but like
heroes.
I do enjoy these Avengers movies. I enjoy all the other Captain America movies, so I mean it's probably gonna be enjoyable. I mean, like there's some stuff I'm not gonna get, like which sucks. But at least like Spider-Man is in there. Like I liked his role because he switched sides. He kind of shows you the best of Tony and the best of Cap. But like I don't think that they're gonna really go into his storyline because like I doubt that he's gonna reveal his identity this early in him.
Yeah.
Being in this universe,
Well, they might just do it like right away. Kind of like the way they did with
if they did, I would like that.
Yeah.
But like in the comic, like Aunt May got stabbed by him doing that. So I doubt that they're gonna do that in this.
I mean, it could be backlash. That would make that be more, good for the plot.
Well, I don't
just okay. Some guy.
They're not gonna do it.
They're not gonna stab Aunt May, sure, but they could show like his home life getting shaken up or whatever.
Yeah. They beat the shit out of Spider-Man. So that's why he changed
Tony did
sides.
too. It was an L. It was bad.
He got like jumped in the sewer by like some dude throwing like pumpkin bombs at him and shit, and like Vulture was there just being an asshole.
Bad.
Yo, he got.
It was bad. Yeah.
Man.
Then he ran to Tony and he's like, "Bruh, you switching sides." I'm like, "Bruh,
Yeah.
run out." His
Yeah.
soul suit was jacked up.
But see, also Spider-Man was cool because his powers were going through a transformation at the time, so that's why he got the suit from Tony in the first place to help like harness the power. But he changed sides, suits off, and the powers are going wild. He was moving so fast that he could barely be seen. He was going in like the last fight. He had like an after image and shit in the way he was drawn. So I don't know if we're gonna get all that cool shit, man.
Probably not, because he's brand new, so he's just gonna steal people's shields with webs and stuff.
But at least we can see Cap versus Tony.
It's gonna be hot. You know, settle all that built up tension.
There was no
that's
built
really
up
it.
tension in the Avengers movie. Like
There's
barely.
barely any.
It wasn't that much.
That was early.
There was
But
friendly
The last
banter
they tried.
They were fighting.
They
yeah.
tried. It was
You could
banter.
see.
Language.
See,
for the Ultron thing. Like 2 seconds.
It's the Ultra, yeah,
And
that's it.
I'm glad you said that because now it's like maybe Marvel shouldn't have been as campy with the drama. It was pretty lighthearted the whole way. Like now all of a sudden it's dramatic, you know. And a war with 10 niggas.
One who I don't even think may not even
That's
be
not
there.
even a war. That's a battle. You know?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't even think one of them should be there. Like, what's it called? Was it 2 people? Let's see. Black Panther. But did he do anything in Civil War? Or was he not on the U.S. at all?
Was he even there? Dude?
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember
He
him
might
in
have been
Civil
there.
War.
I think he said some real cynical shit about it.
Exactly.
I think he was
First of
more
all-
Illuminati.
First of all, he was trying to prevent it. First of all,
Yeah.
he was like, okay, if you do this act, then it's going to divide your whole country, and you probably shouldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he wasn't even about that. He gave him advice. Tony didn't listen, and
That's
it happened.
running
that's
theme.
all I
He did the same
remember.
thing with Hulk. He's like, "Don't shoot him into space." Okay, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and then it's an AOA. It just didn't.
They don't listen to Black Panther.
They don't listen. And he's the smartest people in Marvel. Like, bruh, come on.
Like, so I don't like this. That was like a battle of 9 dudes and another who just showed up. Well, and then Spider-Man, so that's 11. It's like it's like a battle of 11.
Hi
dudes.
guys, welcome.
Hey guys. Nah, I gotta admit that intro was kind of.
that was hot.
That was hot.
So
It got me hot.
I don't know. Read comics. That's
Read
it's
comics.
all there.
That's where it is, yeah. Or watch the dudes read the comics for you on YouTube. It's good. It's a good story.
All right. Well, my final thoughts on this. These comic book movies, a lot of people don't read comics, and they get their knowledge of these heroes through the movies. And when you don't pay attention to little details like alcoholism or
How Deadpool's experiment from a thing and not in prison.
those little things, it's gonna cause tension because a person who has no knowledge of comics is gonna go talk about it on a forum or with another person in real life, and they're gonna get into an argument because that's not how it was in the comics, but that's how it was in the movie. I mean, like you're dividing people, and I don't in particular feel that too much. I don't really like that. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. You got to work within the limits and the constraints, budgets and contracts and whatnot. But hopefully, this movie will be good. I mean, it's shaping to be good. I have my resentments, but you know what? It's not like it can't be as bad as the Batman and Superman joint because
Which you still didn't see.
Yeah, it's a little.
I don't need to see it because that trailer told me everything.
It didn't tell you everything. The movie's gonna take a lot worse.
To piggyback off of Mike, that is an excellent point because that does the exact opposite of what these movies are trying to do. This is supposed to bring a community of people together. If you have people bickering, oh, this is not true, this is not that, blah, blah, blah. that defeats the purpose. You want people to come together and enjoy these movies. You have comic book dudes. Oh, this is all that. If you want more, like, it should touch on the source material. If you want to go delve deeper, then you read the comics. Like here, like the movie's like the little framework for the everyday people. Oh, I want to know this. Oh, that's that. You know. Okay, I like this guy. Let me go see where he's from, and that would just spark interest and have people read more comics.
All right. Well, that's it for this session of the Thundercast. Let us know what you think about the movie in the comments. What's your predictions? What are your thoughts about it? And that, as they say, is that. Thanks for tuning in.
Thunder Pals out.
Thunder Pals out in the back.